Hello ladies and gentlemen, what you're looking at is a 1977 Chevrolet Camaro. Thought I'd do a walk around video of this car for YouTube purposes so that people can see it and enjoy it. 1977 Camaro would be the 10-year anniversary of the Camaro, and although the Z28 had been stopped in 1975, popular demand brought it back in 1977. And that was mainly due to the fact that Pontiac kept the Trans Am and Chevrolet lovers wanted the Z28 to come back. This car's got a 354 barrel, which was the engine used in both the Z28 as well as the 77 Corvette. And although this engine doesn't have the horsepower of previous models, Chevrolet put a lot more money into the handling of this car. So this car is a recent acquisition for me, and I was extremely surprised by how good the car handles. It's pretty much like any modern car, so it's a really nice car to drive. And I would say that 185 horsepower is probably not true. I think Chevy was rating them low at the time for insurance purposes, so that the insurance companies would insure them. And I would say it's got a little bit more than that 185 that they claimed at the time. So anyway, we can start here and I'll give you a nice walk around of the car. What's nice about this car is it's basically totally original. Of course, those tires aren't the originals. The originals, I believe, were a biased ply tire. These are steel belted radials. But those wheels are original. The paint on this car is original and it's still in excellent condition. It's got some places where it's been touched up with a brush, but they're almost indetectable unless you're right up on it. So the thing that I've noticed about these cars since I've had this one is they seem to be extremely rare. I haven't found very many of them, and certainly not many in the condition that this particular car is in. But this color, which is really an orange, is called light red. Code number 75 Chevrolet light red. Some people call it flame red, and it's got the matching Z28 wheels that were used at the time. The striping is all a tape stripe kit, and it's got the hood decal. There is no scoop on the car, no type of hood scoop. In 77 they just put this decal on, which would have been similar to the big bird that was used on the Trans Am. It does have ground effects. It's got a front spoiler, and it also has the rear spoiler. And like I said, the striping kit is all tape. It's nothing painted on there. Okay, and let's walk around here. We'll take a look at the interior of the car. Interior in this car is like brand new. Door panels, seats. The only thing wrong is the dash pad on top over on the passenger side has some warpage. And I've done some research, and that seems to be a very common problem with 77 Camaros. The heat would make the dash pad shrink and start pulling loose from the top. And I'm not sure how difficult it is to replace that, but they also make a cap for them. So you can get a replacement dash or a cap, either one. And I haven't done so because I'm just not sure how difficult a job it is to correct the problem. I did put new door sills on. I do have the originals, but I put new ones on just to give it a little bit more detail. Back seat is really nice. Looks like it's probably rarely ever been sat in. The headliner is in perfect condition. One thing you always notice about these cars, if those door roll-up handles, if those clear things, the clear knob part is still clear, then they haven't been out in the sun too much. So I would say this car's been garaged most of its life. And I'm not sure exactly how many owners it's had, but people have maintained it well. Okay, so we'll walk around here and I'll open the trunk for you and show you what the trunk looks like. That's all original. It's got the original trunk mat, the original space saver spare tire. Everything in there is original. It's got 2 speakers in the back. The jack is mounted up there where it's supposed to be. Here's the passenger side of the car. Again, we can look at the interior from this side. Car does have air conditioning, power steering, power disc brakes in the front, rear drums. The original radio from GM is an AM/FM stereo 8-track player, and that has since been disconnected, and somebody has done a real nice job of putting a Pioneer stereo right there in the glove box with 2 Pioneer speakers on the rear package tray. Walk around and see if I can open the hood for you and show you what the original engine looks like. There we go. Under the hood, in really good shape. I've ordered an insulation pad for it. I don't know if it had one originally, but there's nothing on there now, so it may have had one that disintegrated over time and somebody took it off, so I've ordered a new one. The motor's completely stock. Nothing ever been done to it that I can see. It does look like it had a new air conditioning compressor put on it. Still has the original paint, the blue Chevrolet paint they were using in '77. A lot of it's missing, has come off, but that just shows you that it's original. Everything's there that's supposed to be there. There's your power disc brake booster, power steering pump. So everything's as it should be under there. And let's start it up. Car has 61,365 miles original. There's your tach running just right, about 900 RPMs. Clock does not work. I've got it set on 9 o'clock and it is not working, but everything else is working. All the gauges work. Lighter works. It's got Flowmaster mufflers on it. I don't know if you can hear it running. Runs perfectly. So anyway, give you one more view of the back of the car. Z28. And go around and give you a good view of the front. Car's in excellent condition for the year, especially being all original. Nothing restored on it at all. Just a few details done to it to make it better than it was. Of course, a good detail job done in waxing. And that's about it. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.